Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are still trying to work on getting our fleet large enough that our canal company is going to be profitable. I might start another fleet. I'm not sure. It's definitely the sort of thing that'll be useful in the long term, having multiple fleets, but the cost is pretty high. We've got a lot of loyalists. Loyalists are doing great right now. Venezuela is damaging relations. Well, that's not ideal. See, this is a really good number of loyalists. High legitimacy and increases in standard of living. Oh, interesting. And I know that guaranteed liberties is slowly increasing our, slowly giving us extra bonuses. Increased loyalists and reduced radicals, which is very, very useful. What do we need to get the last level of stuff? Oh, we actually don't have ID documents yet. Well, that'll do it. Do I want to just research that as long as I'm working on that? I think probably the answer is yes. I'm about to pop socialism. We'll see if socialism spreads to me. We'll see if after socialism, ID documents spreads. And if it does, we'll be good to go. Come on, give me that cash. Give me that tasty, tasty cash. Oh, yeah. France is damaging the relationship. Well, France, why would you do this? There's socialism. Alright, so we'll see in a second if that's going to spread to us. Excellent. Alright, so I don't need to worry about it. Very good. So we're down to moderate infamy. And that means that a lot of our subject states are going to be feeling better about this. Let me just quickly check. Alright, that's in Tahiti. I don't need to worry about that. And this is Mecklenburg-Strelitz. Stunks! 3 profitable companies. Oh, that's excellent. So this just gets us a flat, huge pile of cash every week, and that's nice. Hanover, I don't wish to invest in you at this time. Why don't you take your take your investment portfolio and shove it. All right. I think I need to build up railways in Cundinamarca for all those opium plantations. Yeah, they're definitely going to need more railways for this to work out. So I'm going to build 3 levels, and I'm going to throw them in at the top. That means they're going to build up relatively slowly, but it is what it is. And I think... yeah, I still think I'm going to finish out these universities before we get started on the opium plantations. But I will build those opium plantations because they're needed for my hospitals. Ooh, Canadian unification. Hey! We finally got a Canada. It's just them and Upper Canada now. Excellent. So 31.4 infamy to transfer Canada. All right, just thinking about it. Just doing some considerations, considering some options. Definitely not planning some kind of military aggression against Canada, but just considering some options. Raising concerns. The yeoman farmers have expressed their concerns about government decisions clearly favoring the interests of the industrialists. Choosing is always hard, not because the decision is difficult to make, but because the consequences can be a bit inconvenient. Rumors are spreading like smoke from a factory, staining the clear air of the United States of America with a dense and vicious poison. This needs to be addressed. Happier yeoman farmers, salty industrialists, or they need to accept we cannot always please everyone. I'm going to do the second one. I think weaker yeoman farmers is not a problem. Actually, altering the interest group attraction of various interest groups isn't really a factor right now because all of my interest groups are in the government. This is a unity government. A government of national unity. Almost finished with these gold mines. I probably could have waited on the railways until the gold mines were finished, but it is what it is. If you want peace, Civet Pacem Parabellum. The armed forces suggest a more hardline foreign policy towards Mexico due to our poor relations. If half of what you're saying is true, I wouldn't want you anywhere near that border, she said. But I don't think it is. Mother, you always said not to trust the Mexicans. They would Why would you trust them to respect our borders? No one wants their son to do it because they know it's dangerous. That's exactly why we need to do it. Set aside polite formalities. They are the enemy. Happier armed forces deteriorates relations with Mexico by 30. Or despite our mutual dislike, there's no need to escalate this. Armed forces, big mad. Reduced authority. I'm going to do the first one. I pretty much always do that. This is going to obviously goof up relations. But, you know, I'll... Actually, I will not improve relations because the sooner we can get this infamy down, the better. Now, I was thinking through our subject states. Most of our subject states are now going down in liberty desire. Particularly El Salvador, which is very good. It's going to take them a long time before they're low in liberty desire again. Which ones are not? Liberia... Liberia is still going up. A lot of people are supporting the independence of Liberia, which is interesting. Venezuela, same thing. Venezuela is not as economically entangled as I would like. But there's also that line item for infamy in there. France is going after a CEF to just steal the country. I cannot be bothered to assist. IT wants greater autonomy. No. So where are they? Am I sorting my subjects by type? Yes, I am. Okay, so they're currently high liberty desire, but hopefully they'll be going down before too long. I've built a lot of stuff in IT. Okay, alright. So a lot of countries are siding with the SEH against France. That's interesting. Now this doesn't say what percentage nationalization we're looking at here. Do I have a lot of French buildings? Actually, I know how to find this out. (0.61%), 11 building levels. Alright, so that's not at all useful. I don't really desire Tripolitania or Tahiti. I can get them to revoke some claims, but that's not all that useful. I don't want to necessarily steal some territory. Unless there's territory in the Western Hemisphere that I could get, which it doesn't look like there is. Alright, so I'm gonna stay out of this situation. I don't think I need to get involved in the French. Alemannic mass immigration. Wow. Their army is not that big for mid-game France. Same with Great Britain, actually. Overall, they're pretty weak. Great Britain has a lower GDP than I do. Uruguay wants to grant us investment rights. Beautiful. Although, actually, my maximum cohesion is being damaged somewhat by my, by the fact that I've got a lot of independent non-bloc leaders. So I might want to hold off on increasing leverage on Uruguay. Oh, I've actually got leverage on Uruguay already. So I think I want them as a protectorate. That's where I'm going with this. I think I actually want them as a protectorate. Inefficient agriculture. The industrialists have started complaining about the existence of subsistence farms in California, stating that their undeniable inefficiency should be immediately addressed. The fertile soil of our people suffers, relegated to tired and callous hands, too exhausted for manual labor to perform at a decent level, too poor to be able to use more advanced tools that would make them more profitable. This industry is just a useless investment. We should follow their advice. I'm going to say we should follow their advice. It's going to increase migration attraction over there. Okay, so I'm going to stop guaranteeing their independence. That's going to create a 1-year truce. I'm going to stop bankrolling them. But I do still want to build stuff in the country. Any profitable businesses? Looks like paper mills and tooling workshops are profitable. No, tooling workshops are only profitable because they can't hire. Paper mills are maximally employed, so that's a useful business to grow. And it's always good to build oil. So, we'll put those not at the very top of the queue, but we'll put them part of the way into the opium plantations. There we go. That'll be just fine. We're almost finished with these railways in Cundinamarca. Then we'll be very close to finishing out these universities, and then we'll start working on all that opium production. Everyone likes opium. And then in a year, maybe we'll take a protectorate over Uruguay. Wow, Chile has gotten stonking thick. Excellent. Gold depleted in South Dakota. Goldfields depleted. The rich mineral deposits in South Dakota have been drained. Mines are being shuttered, and all the prospectors who moved in are beginning to drift away in search of the next big strike. Alluvial gold dried up, miners go home. River dried up due to miner activity. Shafts condemned as threat to life. Enter at own peril. Trespassers will be shot. Survivors will be shot again. I'm going to say we can't just let them leave, because I want to keep migration traction up. I'm just going to go ahead and declare neutrality on this. I'm going to do another expedition. It's been a while since we've done one of these, but it's getting to be time to clear this up. Oh, no, never mind. We don't need to. We don't need to. It's all been explored. I'm going to... Screw it. I'm going to survey a skyscraper site. I got tons of bureaucracy. How long until I get ID documents? It'll be 3 to 5 months if I put it into research, but... Let me see. How long is it actually going to be? 46 to 140. So it's an average of 90 per week. We got about 5,000 left. So that's about... Brain. Average of 90 per week is about average of 100 per week. Okay, so that's just short. Just a little bit more than a year. Which is fine. We're continuing to increase home affairs, so we'll be able to get that higher up. Toward Nicaragua wants to grant us foreign investment rights. Sure, I guess. I didn't realize I didn't have investment rights in you, Nicaragua. Yeah, everyone wants a piece of the pie. Tooling workshops are... Oh, no. Tooling workshops only think they're profitable. Build up a little rubber. A little rubber, a little logging. That's what we'll build up. And then we'll throw those in at the top as well, but not all the way at the top. We'll put them... Yeah, we'll put them in the same block as the investments in Uruguay. And we'll intersperse them, just so that nobody's getting favored. After that, it's more... Oh, yeah. We got our power block statue in the middle of those. I do want to build up all those power block statues. I also want to electrify the country, which is something I should consider doing. Unless the private sector is building some electric plants, which it looks like it is. Alabama's getting electrical plants. That's good. So that's nice. Let me take a look at how many power plants we got total. We got two. Arkansas and Massachusetts. We've got power plants. I'm definitely going to look towards... Hey, there's a new mandate in the market. I'm definitely going to look towards electrifying both street lighting and logging to start. And then we'll look at other stuff. Alright, so we'll go level 2 of creative legislature. That's extra... This increases the activism... It increases the activism bonuses. It decreases the activism increases from changing laws that your movements don't like. And it increases the activism decreases from making law changes that your interest groups like. So in other words, it makes managing your interest groups easier, or your movements easier, because you're building up, because it's making those movements less sensitive to you doing things you don't want, doing things they don't like, and more sensitive to you doing things they like. Alright. Thank you, Democrat. Seth Quincy, you're going to be in the army. A couple of these armies are a little low on capacity. Army of the Great Plains. Don't have any good leaders available. Jenna Cole is unlocked. Wonderful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give these guys promotions. Get us a little bit more capacity in here. Nobody likes this guy, Elijah Emerson, but, you know, that is what it is, no accounting for taste. So I just unlocked Je ne Cole. So let's go over to our naval bases, swap them over to Je ne Cole. That is going to make our navies a lot better. So how close are we to beating out Britain? Whoa, not close. Gosh, Britain is... Hold on here. Where's Britain getting all this power projection from? Let me see, GDP. The GDP of subjects is really, really high. But the majority is from Navy power projection. They also got some time modifiers. And a bunch from being leading goods producers. What's my Navy power projection? So my Navy power projection is less than Britain's. My Army power projection is way less than Britain's. And then my GDP is bigger, but my GDP of subjects is much lower. And I've got low government wages. Can't forget about that. One day I'll pay the bureaucrats, but it's so much money. And I mean, the government's underwater. I could never afford to pay the bureaucrats that much. What are you talking about? How could I possibly, me, a poor, weak sovereign nation like the United States, pay my government employees? Are you crazy? Are you bananas? Are you cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs right now? Pay the government employees. Ridiculous. Where did you get this notion? Unbelievable. Finally got a profitable Panama Canal Company, which is nice. I think we need to expand the coaling industry. Rubber's doing well. And it looks like most of our other industrial stuff is doing rock solid. Still getting all of my silk from trade routes, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. So, let's see where we've got coal capacity available. Where are my coal mines? We got some very unprofitable coal mines, unfortunately, in some cases. Wow, Kentucky's got a lot of coal. I guess that shouldn't shock me. So, how much... Home Affairs is up to level 3, very nice. So we've got enough for 20 more levels of coal mines, enough infrastructure for 20 more levels of coal mines. Let's build 13 to bring them up to a flat level 20 on coal mines, and that'll be nice. And I think we'll put those... I think we'll put the power block statues and everything else below that back at the end. We'll definitely put the power block statues back at the end, because those are not as important. And they're just a giant project. Oh, and then there's just the coal mines. Alright, beautiful. So we'll put those right after the opium plantations. I'm going to throw a few in at the top just to get them done fast. And put these other ones up near the top because they're almost done. And then we'll get building all the things they want. Why is this one a little bit less? Oh, because it was below the yeah. Yep. Alright, yep. That was a series of sentences that I made that made for sure sense. Those were real words that I did out of my mouth hole. Delicious water. France, what is going on with your flag? A yaggle. What you got a yaggle for? Are you doing a fascism over there or something? They are. Well, they're kind of. No, not really. Autocracy, parliamentary republic, racial segregation, freedom of conscience. But they do have protected speech and guaranteed liberties. Wow, what an interesting Republican structure. An autocratic republic. I wonder if they got cooed. Oh my gosh, the rural folk are headed up by a legitimist. That's funny. Alright, we got another Goldfields depleted event. You know we can't just let them leave. And that means I'm going to have some more gold mines to build. What do I have capacity to build in BC? Oh, I guess I just own a couple of ones. No, Canada owns a couple of ones in BC. That's interesting. Alright, so I'm going to throw those gold mines at the top of the queue as well. I'm going to actually wait until the coal mines are finished, because I want to continue the opium expansion happening in Cundinamarca. Again, keeping opium capacity, production capacity high is critical for my long-term health of my country. And by that I mean, like, my military budget. I don't mean having a lot of opium is healthy. It's not. It's the opposite of that. As anyone currently living in the United States would know. Ooh, General European wartime. We all gonna shoot at each other? Ah, Prussia's trying to make a Germany. And France is getting naval invaded by Portugal. What on earth is happening? Is this still... No, this is a new British-Egyptian conflict. I should have gotten involved in that one. Could have gotten myself a chunk more of Britain. Is Britain getting involved in here? It looks like they're not. But they might. And if they do, then maybe I'll steal some more chunks of Britain. Because I would love to steal some more chunks of Britain. I still got to get the West Indies. And I need to get the Mosquito Kingdom. And then once I've got those, the Europeans will be thoroughly booted out of the Atlantic. Maybe I could take Bermuda as well. I do feel emotionally as though Bermuda is within my sphere of influence. IG documents is almost done. Just need to keep an eye out on that so that I remember to continue to increase the size of the construction thing. Wow, things are going really rough in Guyana. I still got that road maintenance? I've still got that road maintenance. Yikes. Why is all this turmoil here? Stop it. Get some help. I need to build some oil rigs in Guyana. That's going to provide much more productive employment. And we'll build more rubber plantations, because everyone likes rubber plantations. Let me see. Why don't I... I'm going to throw the oil rigs in at the top, but not quite at the top. Actually, let's... We'll do a little bit more opium. We'll keep the mines... We'll keep gold maxing, because that's our way, that's our style, that's our technique. And then we'll do oil next, and then once oil is done, we'll put the logging camps in there. And hopefully that'll bring up standard of living in the state, at least a little bit. And that's going to reduce the amount of turmoil. That's my hope, that's my goal. Obviously turmoil is not being reduced by policing in that situation, because we're not involved in that. Alright, so British Republic is notorious. There's ID documents. So we'll go ahead and hit the Increase Internal Affairs button. A lot of countries want to increase their autonomy, but I don't want their autonomy to increase. I tell you what, IT is still really, really high in Liberty Desire. I'm going to fix your country, gosh darn it. Alright, let's take a quick pass through the subject states and see what we can do. State religion is not ideal. Mercantilism is not ideal. Playing bureaucrats is good. You got religious schools, you got charity hospitals. Alright, so you're religion maxing. That's what you're doing. I can live with that, but you've got to do a democracy. Cuba, what about you? You're doing okay. You've got censorship. You're also religion maxing. You've got local police force, which is keeping your landowners strong. You're way up the rural folk. Beautiful. IT's working on that. Let's, You're also religion maxing, which is interesting. Hey, can you do guaranteed liberties? They don't, because they don't have right of assembly. If you do right of assembly... Yeah, let's do that. Maya, how about you? Everything's going well here. Could use guaranteed liberties. If you did that, that would certainly be possible. little bit of a stall chance. There's a Mexican national movement, but I can fight them. I'm not afraid of them. Yeah, I don't think I need to make any changes in Maya. Guatemala, rid of Assembly National Guard, elected bureaucrats, universal suffrage, cultural exclusion. What kind of movements have you got? Maya national movement, that's fine. Movements are relatively weak. Intelligentsia in the government. They haven't invented feminism yet, so I can't get women's suffrage. Alright. Tell you what, Guatemala, you and I are good friends. Why don't you go have some knowledge sharing? Honduras, you're a protectorate. I can't impose laws on you mostly, except for this. Wait, no. If you're an autocracy, then I can regime change you into being a, into being universal suffrage. Yeah, there you go. Stop doing an autocracy. Do a democracy. Get some help, do a democracy. And obviously these ones I can't change up much because they're... It's time. It's time, you. It's time, y'all. Go to universal suffrage. Stop doing wealth voting. Oh, you're already working on cultural exclusion. Well, that's fine. I can live with that. All right. Beautiful. So at this point, I do have the ability to make Uruguay a protectorate. I still want to wait to get my infamy down, just to keep the other subjects happy. You know how subjects are. How's my investment pool? Investment pool is still. They could definitely be getting more every week. I'm spending quite a bit on interest because my petit bourgeois are not as happy as they have often been. Which is a shame, but it is what it is. Relations with France. Oh, that's right, because France is damaging relations. I don't want to absolve this obligation because... because this obligation is keeping me safe for now. Unfortunately, it seems as though Prussia might actually win their war against France because France is simultaneously fighting Britain as well. Hey, there's improved fertilizer. Oh, that's beautiful, actually. Hold on. Fertilize! And then, of course, produce more fertilizer. Alright, let's see how much I've borked my market. Not much. Price of grain is way down. Price of fertilizer is reasonable. Excellent. Nice try, Sulu. You won't get me to invest in your market. Uruguay. No. I have other we have other plans for Uruguay. That's a very Hearts of Iron 4 bark. We have other plans for Uruguay. All right. So opium plantations are good to go. I'm going to throw the power block statues at the bottom once again. That'll get those logging camps up ahead of the rest of the, or they were rubber plantations. Rubber plantations and logging camps? No? Oh, no, the logging camps I did first. The logging camps I did first. I'm so good at ruling, I definitely know what's going on in my own power block. Alright, standard of living is still pretty solid. Who's at the top of the standard of living? Belgium, Upper Canada, Indian Territory. Good on you, Indian Territory. We did it. Oh, I'm so pleased. I should build up Jamaica. They're rebellious. I should build them up. Got some rubber and some logging capacity. If you've got logging capacity, then you've got paper mill capacity. Now, what about over here? Over here, all we've got is fishing. So, fishing, sugar. Ooh, torpedo boats. Nice. All right. So we'll just build up some food industry over here. I'm not going to put those ahead of the power block statues yet, because I do want to start working on those power block statues eventually. Do a promotion. The armed forces demand the promotion of Major General Wilbur Isbell, touting his history of loyal and effective service. So many medals adorned his jacket that one could scarcely see the fabric beneath, but it was not yet enough. Chest puffed out with pride, the general smiled as he imagined the look on Cushing's face when the lieutenant general learned of his imminent ascension. Their rivalry was legendary among the officers. At last, he would have his due. Wilbur Isbell, are you a problem? You're a moderate, an aesthete, and an engineer. Yeah, you can have a promotion. Happier armed forces, too. Cross-border investments. The American industrialists are interested in making investments in neighboring Indian industries. Excuse me? India? Where am I neighboring India? Curious. He stood up, put on his hat, and headed towards the door. At first it seemed he would leave without another word, but then he turned around and spoke with barely suppressed anger. Being accused of lacking patriotism for where I try to make money isn't just an insult. It betrays a complete lack of understanding of how money is made. Do you think I made what I already have by thinking provincially? An excellent investment. Increases relations. Oh. Oh, I get it. Oh my goodness, that's bananas. India is in the Indian territory. That's very funny. Or strong-arm them into investing domestically. I'm going to strong-arm them into investing domestically. I'm keeping my good relations with the industrialists up for a reason. That's going to get me a lot more tax income, which is going to be great. Cornelius Hendricks retired. Who's heading up the trade unions now? Oh, I don't care. Oh, but it's someone good. It's a humanitarian. Nice. Very cool. Keep up the good work. Even with socialism, my unlocked, which I think I've got unlocked right now, my trade unionist movement is quite weak. Yeah, I just got socialism a little while ago. All right, military. We're working on military statistics, and then we're gonna get the we're gonna start the tier 4s. Do I want to throw sea lane strategies on there? I think I do, because after that, we can run straight for radio. Not quite straight for radio, because I need threshing machines and open hearth process first. Yikes. But then I can run straight for radio, and then I can have a big, strong military change. Greece is going after Egypt. What are you going after Egypt for? Are you trying to get Crete? Well, that makes sense. I suppose that would make sense. Crete is historically part of Greece anyway. Getting those coal mines built. How is turmoil here in Guyana? It's still pretty high. Okay. Alright, well, it is what it is. So these power block statues each get me... they get me, like, 5 authority and 3 influence or something like that. And that feels like it's not much, but in terms of, like, overall numbers, it's quite a bit. Particularly with influence being leverage generation and infamy decay. Having a lot of influence over a long time is really useful. Particularly in the situation I'm currently in, where I want to be doing more and more aggression, but I can't because my infamy is really high. The skyscraper survey is complete. Skyscraper site identified. Our architects and engineers have identified Philadelphia in Pennsylvania as the optimal site to begin construction of a skyscraper. Gentlemen, we are going to erect the tallest building in the world. The foundations alone will need hundreds of men, more if they do not work 12-hour shifts. Every day we'll need to transport thousands of bags of cement into the heart of a metropolis. We will secure an immense quantity of steel that must, like Atlas, hold the weight of a whole world. The task ahead of us is monumental. Lay the foundations. Pennsylvania, eh? I guess that's where I've got the most government sectors, huh? Doesn't seem like it, but it is what it is. Alright, let's start getting the MFR built. That gives me my bureaucracy back, which is good, because I think I'm not maxed out on home affairs yet. But I will be soon, and that will mean mega loyalists. Who's involved in this? The Russians are involved. I'm sure there are things they would give me, but unless they give me a protectorate, I'm not interested. I seem to have fallen to rank 3. Ah, yes, because a Germany has been formed. Don't love that. How very interesting. And let me see. Yeah, so they're in a war with France. They're actually winning their war with France. Austria. That's a curious Austrian flag. Are you doing republicanism? No, they're doing technocratic monarchy. How curious. But it is what it is. So maybe we'll reevaluate how we want to deal with the situation in Europe between episodes. For now, though, that is all the time we've got. I've had a good time. I hope you all have had a good time. And I will see you on the other side.